Today I'm going to reveal some of the new Mage cards from Hearthstone's upcoming expansion, The Lost City of Ungoro. Originally, I wanted to film some footage at the Indianapolis Children's Museum because they have an entire exhibit dedicated to dinosaurs, including an interactive experience called the Wyoming Family Dinosaur Dig. But sadly, I do not have the equipment to record something like this. So instead, I'll just be showing you all the new cards, and I will plan a sketch for the next potential card reveal if I'm so lucky. So let's reveal the new Mage cards from the Lost City of Ungoro. First off, we have Storage Scuffle, a 3-mana arcane spell. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Cost 0 if you've discovered this turn. The main theme that you'll see from this expansion in Mage is that Discover is your primary win condition now. The new Mage quest Forbidden Sequence really wants you to discover as many cards as possible. And if you're not lucky enough to hit some damage or ways of removing minions from those discover options, now you have a guaranteed way of hitting a minion, very similar to how Demon Hunter has I-Beam. And originally, I-Beam was 0 mana when it was discounted. So Mage having another way of killing off minions while it's doing something else is definitely needed in the class. And don't forget, you could always discover into this card, and if you find it, it will still cost 0. And while you're discovering some cards, why don't you find some Unearthed Artifacts while you're at it? A 2-mana Mage spell, summon a random 2-cost minion. If you've discovered this turn, summon a random 4-cost minion instead. This card seems particularly useful, especially if you find it off of cards like Primordial Glyph. This seems like the easiest way to get a lot of value from this card, but don't forget, there's other cards such as the Origination Stone that allows you to get multiple card values out of your Discover. So there might be several circumstances where you're just discovering cards with the Origin Stone, and then suddenly you have a 4-mana card accompanying you. Extra value and extra minions are definitely needed in a deck that is going to need to threaten the board one way or another. And if you're looking to threaten the board, this next minion is exactly what you want to have. Windswept Pageturner, a 4-mana 4/5 elemental. After you summon an elemental, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. I'm not really sure if you're going to combine these style of cards, but now Elemental Mage has a very legitimate win condition. And Lamplighter, you've had your time in the light. I think this might be a more balanced way of dealing damage to the face. Because if you have circumstances as Mage where you can summon a whole bunch of elementals at once, then you can definitely remove your opponent's tempo while developing your own. And if you remember the good old days of Hearthstone, Tempo Mage used to be the best deck in the game. So having pressure with minions and primarily using them to maintain the board is exactly what a lot of Hearthstone players want to see. And if you're a fan of more elementals in Mage, then I think that this card right here is going to be extremely powerful. Conjured Bookkeeper, a 3-mana 2/2 elemental, Death Rattle, draw a spell. With Kindred, summon a copy of this. If you're unfamiliar, Kindred is the new keyword of this expansion. Cards with Kindred have effects that trigger if the player plays a card with the same minion type or spell school as the last turn. So in order to activate this Kindred ability, you need to have played an elemental in the previous turn. So imagine having 2 Conjured Bookkeepers that draw a spell from your deck. And we all know how powerful tutor effects are in Hearthstone. And if you want my personal opinion, I will always try to make the Kindred copy of this card, simply due to how beautiful the signature copy is. So make sure to balance your next Elemental Mage with the right amount of elementals and the right amount of spells. But when it comes to balance in Hearthstone, there's only 2 ways that legendary cards are played. They are either the most useless card that you've ever seen in your life, or cards have the power of a Titan. And Tianographer Osk does exactly that. A 7-mana 7/7 legendary gains a random Titan ability in your hand that changes each turn. So very similar to Ulu the Everdrifter, Tianographer Osk gains a random ability from the Titans that were available in the previous rotation. Do you guys remember how good Golganeth was? Well, there's a possibility that you can get that amazing AoE offered to you yet again. Or better yet, what if you get ENR value and you're able to draw cards until you fill up your hand? or maybe fully restoring your hero, or maybe refreshing your mana crystals. There's a lot of different ways that this card could see play, but you're just going to make use of it in the moment that it gives you a good Titan ability. How good are those Titan abilities going to be? It's going to depend on your board state and on a lot of different factors within the game. But I have to say that the themes of this expansion bringing back a lot of nostalgia is definitely being noticed. And if you want my honest opinion, I don't think that this card is going to be that meta relevant, but it's going to see play in a niche deck, and I definitely believe that people are going to have a lot of fun replaying with the Titan cards, especially if they miss that mechanic. Now, if only there was a way to bring colossal minions back into the game, am I right? Those are all the card reveals that I have for today. A huge thank you to Blizzard for this opportunity, and thank you for making it to the end of this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more fun Hearthstone in your life. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this card reveal, and we'll see you for the next video.